Year. Thank you. So like I said, it's the last meeting of the year. Thanks so much for coming out, even though it's like slightly chilly. Don't come back next month. I will see you at the top of the year on January 22nd is our next Livable Neighborhoods monthly meeting. So mark me in your calendar. Don't come back November, don't come back December. And then also before we get started, two things. The first, I want to remind you if your phone's not on silent, now is the perfect time to go ahead and put your phone on silent. We have mics up top, so even if you're being super quiet, your phone like buzzes, they can hear it. So, and then for Livable Neighborhood announcements, it is grant season. Grants are due Friday, October 31st. I'm not too much of a stickler on the 5 p.m. deadline, but regardless, I won't be here in the office on Friday. Feel free to drop it in the mailbox, email it back to me, but next Friday is the deadline for grants. And that's all I have for the events. We have two presenters today. We have Area Agency on Aging, and we have the Beacon, and Aaliyah Norwood with Area Agency on Aging is first, so she can come on up. I will pull up the presentation.
Then tell me to just go to the next slide.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my God. I did something. Or you can use the keyboard if you want.
Okay. Okay, hello everybody. How are you guys doing today? Yes, so for those of you who don't know me, my name is Aaliyah. I'm the Meals on Wheels program specialist for Wyandotte County. I'm the person that you call if your grandmother, your uncle, your grandfather needs home delivery food assistance. So right now I'm going to present on some of the things that we do at the Wyandotte Leavenworth Area Agency on Aging. I can't talk about everything that I do because not everything is my department. How do I go? Thank you. This is some of the awesome things that we offer. A lot of the stuff that I'm on this first slide is not my department, so you can ask me a question. Don't know if I'll have the answer for you. But we do case management services, caregiver supports, in-home services. This is the bulk of what we get calls about. Light housework, personal care, incontinence supplies. And then we also do Medicare counseling, SHIC counseling. A lot of this stuff, you have to be 60 years of age and older, a Wyandotte Leavenworth County resident. And some of the services here, you may have to have insurance or prove that you can pay. But yes, we offer those kinds of services. That's not my department though, so I don't know if I can answer those questions. Let's move on. Let's talk about nutrition. That is my department. So Meals on Wheels, again, that's my program. For Meals on Wheels, you have to be 60 years of age and older, live in Wyandotte County, and be homebound. And one thing that I like to present about this, a lot of people are unsure about what exactly being homebound is. So I decided that I would play a little game with you guys in the room today. Yes, y'all know y'all play the game today. So really what we're going to do is we're going to go through each statement and we're going to decide if this person qualifies as being homebound or not. So the first one, I can shop for myself and even cook for myself, but leaving my home is a hassle as I'm in a wheelchair and don't have the support system needed to get out as much as I used to. What do we think? Homebound or not homebound? Homebound. Absolutely, you guys are correct. They are homebound because they're in a wheelchair and they're not able to leave their home by themselves. Maybe back in the day, they used to have their children come out and help them leave the house more, but nowadays those children are gone. You know, they're in college, they're raising their own families. They can't help their parent get out of the house as much as they used to. So that person is homebound. I can drive for myself and cook. I just need food assistance. Homebound? No.
Yes, you guys are correct.
Oh.
So yes, this person is not qualifying as homebound. However, we do have other nutrition programs for this person, which we'll talk about later on. I am bedridden and need assistance to get up / move around.
Yes.
That's an obvious one, yes. If you need assistance and you're bedridden, then obviously you are homebound. I have a walker and cannot stand for very long.
Yes.
Yes.
Y'all are smart in this room. Okay. I work, but my wife, who cooked for me, has passed away.
No.
Exactly. They are not homebound. But again, we do have services to help a client like this, so don't worry. I still work, but I don't have a car. I'd like to receive Meals on Wheels. All right, we're smart. We're getting it in this room. There's the last one. I have awesome mobility. I can run, jump, skip, hop, but I can't remember if I turned the burner off on the stove. So this person is homebound because they have some form of Alzheimer's or dementia that would make it not safe for them to be driving around, cooking for themselves, getting out of the house by themselves. So homebound doesn't always have to be physical. It can also be a mental cognitive disability as well. All right, let's go to the next slide. And of course, I've highlighted those. So for these clients here that are not qualifying as homebound, we do still have food assistance programs for them. So the first one here is our congregate meal sites. At our congregate meal sites, you have to be 60 years of age and older, but you don't have to be homebound. They give you a hot meal 5 days out of the week, as long as it's not inclement weather or a holiday. They also do a lot of games and a lot of socialization. They've got exercise programs. These first two pictures here are from our sock hop that we do every year, specifically for our congregate site members. Our clients that go to this event, they love it. This is our dance competition up here. Every year, everybody always has a good time. We always have great raving reviews about it. And then this is just a picture from one of our congregate sites at Bethel Center. I would say they're probably one of our most active sites that we've got around. They do a ton of stuff there. But yeah, that is all about our congregate sites. And then we also have our CHAMPS program. Our CHAMPS program, I like to describe it as, it's for the grown and sexy. So of course you still have to be 60 years of age and older. But the lovely thing about our CHAMPS program is that you can go out to IHOP or Hy-Vee and get a meal for $3.50. Imagine that. Pancakes, eggs, bacon, coffee, $3.50. You're not getting that anywhere else. The only thing with this program is that you do have to attend orientation. Orientation is only once a month, and the next orientation is going to happen on November 11th. Besides that, that is all I have. Actually, I do have one more thing. Like I mentioned, I'm the person that's over Meals on Wheels. And then my partner in the back here, Gwen, she hosts an event called the Senior Impact Series, which is we host it once a month to kind of inform seniors on what's going on in their local area. So we've kind of combined. So in December, we're having our Senior Impact Series. Lauren Weller from K-State's going to be there to talk about nutrition. We're going to have the KCK Public Library come out, the Shepherd Center, a whole bunch of people. But then we're also going to have a fundraiser, bingo fundraiser for Meals on Wheels. So if you pay $20, you get 5 bingo cards, access to our taco bar. You get the prices are going to be very expensive. There's going to be raffle tickets. It's going to be very, very fun. So please come out. It's on December 11th. And I've got the flyers over here at that table. Thank you. That's finally it.
Have any questions for Leah? We have time for 4 or 5.
Yes, ma'am. Who supplies the meals for Meals on Wheels, and who supplies the meals for congregate meals?
Yeah, so for Meals on Wheels, our caterer is called Trio. We just actually partnered with them this October. They're based in Johnson County. And then for congregate meal sites, it is our Guadalupe Center.
Okay, thank you.
I'll take you in here.
2 questions. Is it the exact same format on the Missouri side as it is in Wyandotte County? Do you know?
For Meals on Wheels?
Yes, everything that you presented here is it basically the same in Kansas City, Missouri?
You know what? I wouldn't know. I will say every agency does things differently. Even in Kansas, all of the area agencies on aging do things differently when it comes to Meals on Wheels. So it's more like a agency.
Specific.
Yeah.
Okay. And then how long is the orientation?
Ooh, I want to say it's about an hour. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's my question. Where is it?
Oh, so it's gonna be actually here. It's gonna be here in this room at the NRC, November 11th. I can't necessarily remember the time, but if you call this phone number here, 913-573-8568, that is my coworker camera, and she will be able to get you all that information. Yes, sir.
Can you again go over what the qualifications needed for the CHAMPS program?
Yeah, the CHAMPS program, it's really simple. Just be 60 years of age and older and live in Wyandotte County. That's about it. And have your own ability to drive somewhere. Yeah.
It's not income related.
No, not at all. Not at all.
I'm sorry, do you get like a card that you show or?
Yeah, so you'll receive a card, and you'll load that card with about 15 meals. The max is 15 meals because we are working with the senior population. We don't want to take all of their money, and the money never expires. So that's why the max that you're allowed to have on the card is 15, but we do give you a card with a number. Yes.
Can you talk about the cost for Meals on Wheels and the congregate sites?
Yes, yes. So, and my thing is switching, but that's okay. So for our congregate sites, we do ask for a donation of $3.50. As well for our Meals on Wheels program, we do ask for a donation of $3.50, which is about $70 each month. It's not a requirement to be on the program to pay, but it is very much appreciated. Meals on Wheels and congregate sites are grant funded, so we're not getting a lot of help from the government. So if you can donate, we love it. That's why I'm trying to tell y'all to come out to our fundraiser because we really, really need it. So yeah.
Is there a way to donate outside of the fundraisers? Like, can we just go to your office to do a donation?
Absolutely, yes. So you can go to our office, you can mail a cash or check, and then also if you go to our website, Meals on Wheels specifically has a donation button on there. Can I do the last question? I got one right back here.
Okay, I'll let them go first.
Okay.
Want to know, do they, so for the champs, do they have to pay for the 15 meals up front or do they pay when they go there?
So you could pay, when you come here to do orientation, you could pay for one meal, which is $3.50, or you could pay for all 15. It just depends on how much money you have and what you want to do.
So are the 15 only good for the month or are they good for the whole year?
They're good for the rest of your life until you spend them.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then how often do they get renewal of after they spend the 15?
That's up to you because you can reload your card every Thursdays from 1 to 3.
Okay.
So that's up to you how often you want to load your card. But the max is 15.
Okay.
Where is your office at if we can mail checks?
Yes, so our office is actually right around the corner here at 849 North 47th Street. We're actually right up here next to KCKPD, right around the corner. So yes, and I can repeat that address if anybody needs it. But I also have cards over here on the table that have our phone number and our address on it as well.
Chat, just ask, could you share your name again and your contact?
Yeah, so my name is Aaliyah Norwood, and my phone number is 913-573-8574. Lord have mercy, 8574. That's my direct line for Meals on Wheels.
Thanks so much, Lee. Can you give her a round of applause? Okay, our second presenter, we have Rachel Krause. The deacon. And I'm gonna get.
Presenter is somewhere.
Right.
Okay. Also not a big deal.
Oh, look.
Beautiful.
Cool. Good morning, everyone. My name is Rachel Krause. I am with the Beacon. We're a nonprofit newsroom serving Kansas City. I oversee our community engagement and community strategy work, and part of that is this new program we are launching called Documenters. Just curious, how many of you are familiar with the Beacon? Okay, so, like half maybe, yeah. So we've been around since 2020. We're a nonprofit funded newsroom. We cover public policy issues for the region. We have beats around education, healthcare, labor and housing, local government, and education. Then we also have a Kansas State House reporter, a Missouri State House reporter, and a rural health reporter in Missouri. And community is a big focus of our work. We're always looking for ways to bring our reporting into communities, have communities inform our work to make sure that we are, accurately reporting what's happening in communities around the region. Our education reporter has been doing a lot of school board candidate questionnaires with the upcoming election, and so has been doing a lot of those. Had a KCK one that came out a couple weeks ago, and then that last week we had a candidate forum at the KCK library that we co-hosted with RevEd, and so we're always trying to bring our work out to the communities and have communities make sure that we want to hear from them and we're accurately, sharing stories of what is actually happening. So Documenters is this program that we are doing to elevate that community coverage journalism even more. Next slide. And so what is Documenters? And paying community members to take notes at public meetings. And so I'm sure you all can guess a few reasons why we're doing this, as far as building more transparency around what's happening at City Hall, building more accountability, having more access to education around civics. People don't know how the budget is made. They don't know what commissioners do. And so we want people to have this really easy, accessible way to get involved and learn what is happening and how decisions are being made in their communities, and then share them out to their neighbors, friends, networks. And everything will be fact checked. There's a whole process of how we kind of have our editorial standards in place for all the notes. And so making sure that everything is accurate is so important for us as a newsroom. And in addition to the meeting notes, we'll also have a public meeting hub. And so anyone can see upcoming public meetings in KCK and KCMO, as well as all of the meeting notes, all the summaries where we've had documenters take notes at. And so we are starting this program in KCK and in KCMO. We are actively recruiting for our pilot group that is launching in mid-November. Anyone can be a part of it, from folks that go to public meetings all the time to people that have never been to a public meeting, don't even know where to find public meetings. We want documenters to reflect the true diversity of people and experiences that are in KCK and in KCMO. And so that documentary should also reflect that. Next slide, please. So we are not the only ones doing this work. We are part of a network of 25 other cities that have documenters programs. I was actually just in Chicago this week for the National Documenter Summit, where all the other documenters leaders around the country got together. We were able to share what's working in our cities, learn from each other. So met some great folks from Detroit, Cleveland, Indianapolis, LA, Atlanta. Yeah, this program is growing, it is thriving, it is working. It's often housed at newsrooms, but it's also housed at community organizations. So there's kind of a mix of where the program currently functions around the country. But it was founded in Chicago by City Bureau, which is a civic journalism lab. And so they have tech tools and all the coding for our website, where we have kind of this system already in place for how we'll have this public meeting hub and how we'll have these notes and these resources available for people. Next slide. All right, so public meetings that we want to cover. So we want to have documenters at full commission as well as standing committees, because we know that, decisions are made in those standing committees, and by the time they get to full commission, stuff has already been decided. And so we want to make sure that what happens at a city planning commission gets out in the community and people are able to know what is happening before a decision has been made in a final format. And so These are the ones that we are interested in. It is not set in stone. We want this to be also informed by community impact or input. And so, you know, if there's something happening at a workforce safety meeting that week, you know, you'd say, hey, Rachel, this thing happening, and then we'll send it to the documenter there. And so we want to be really responsive to what is happening in communities. And so Public Works and Safety, City Planning Commission, Neighborhood and Community Development, and then some boards, the Law Enforcement Advisory Board, Wyandotte County Parks Board, and then BPU and School Board. So this is where we are headed. It'll be a slow start as we're getting the pilot off the ground. It'll be like 2 meetings a week. And then we'll ramp up when we have full launch in February is kind of the path we are headed for that. Next slide. So some common questions we get, is it paid? Yes. So people are independent contractors. They're paid 20 an hour, and that is for the time in the meeting. And then if it's an in-person meeting, they're paid for an additional hour for travel. And so there's not any minimum amount of meetings someone has to commit to or sign up for. It's literally, if you are trained, you are able to go on the public meeting hub and see, hey, this EPU meeting needs someone to cover it, I'll sign up for it. And so it's very much a choose your own adventure of how you want to get involved with it. Well, notes be in other languages. Yes, we are looking for multilingual documenters that want to take notes in their languages. We want to have, you know, victims is access. And so we want to make sure that if there is a meeting that is on a topic relevant to a certain community that does not speak English, we want to have a documenter that can have notes in that language. And then the question around bylines. People, you know, may feel uneasy about having their name out on the internet. And we are sensitive to that. And also we are a newsroom that has to adhere to our editorial standards. And so all notes will have people's names attached to them. But that isn't to say that just because if someone doesn't want their names on notes, they can't, there's ways for them to be involved in the documenters program, because documenters will also have a range of community events and in-person opportunities for education. And someone can be a documenter and just come to our social events. They can come to our workshops about budgeting. And so there's other ways for people to be part of this community outside of just the full function of note taking. Yeah, I think that's all on that. Then, yeah, again, we are launching this pilot group. We're looking for folks in PCK that want to be a part of this. We'll have our first training on November 13th at the KCK main library, and then we'll have a virtual training on November 18th. That is all, it will be on the website on that QR code. So that goes to our interest form. If you or someone you know wants to be a documenter, fill out that form. And then we will let you know about those dates and those details. But those orientations to be trained is just a 2-hour training. And then you are certified to notes at the meeting, and I'll be available like kind of one-on-one support where we're not just sending people off into the deep end. Like, good luck at this public meeting for 5 hours. We will have lots of one-on-one support and guidance with them along the way. But that is just the baseline. Once you are trained, you are eligible to do the note taking. And here's my email. If you or anyone has any questions or comments or ideas, if you have, you know, input on meetings that you want covered in your communities, please let us know. This program is, you know, for Kansas City, but we want to be designed with Kansas City as well. So we'll continue to revise this and build this as we're moving forward with the program. I also have some flyers here. Thank you for printing these out. They will mostly grab and would grab some for folks that may be interested. Right. Any questions? Yeah.
Got two of them if you don't mind. First, how do you disseminate the information?
Yeah.
That's the first one.
Yeah, so all of the meeting notes, once they've gone through the fact checking process, will be published on documenters.org.
I'm sorry, what?
on documentaries.org on our meeting hub.
Mhm.
And so you'll be able to see, to like search by topic, by date, see, hey, there was a school board meeting, I'll read these notes here.
And are you anywhere, is your organization Beacon any related in any way or affiliated with Kansas Reflector or Missouri Independent?
Yeah, we are separate, but they are great partners of us. So we have a publishing model where we can all share each other's stories. And so we'll elevate Reflector stories, they'll elevate our stories. We want documenters' notes to turn into reporting, both for the Beacon as well as other newsrooms, including the Reflector and the Missouri Independent. And so, they're very much a part of this as well. Yeah.
For those who don't know, those two are also not-for-profit news organizations.
Yes, yeah, and do great work. Yeah, questions?
How do you determine if you like my notes or not?
Yeah, so, we view the notes as different than like an article that is published on the website. As far as like, we want to have people's voice kept intact in the notes. We're not looking to scrub all of this, highly edit it. We want it to be accurate and readable. And that is, as far as we're concerned, that is great. And so if you are someone that likes to, describe the room and paint a picture for people, do that. Some people may be like, here's my bullets of what happened. It's, all this is about people's experience in these community meetings. And it's why we're not just like having a video and doing AI transcripts, right? Because people pick up on things that AI will never pick up on. Yeah.
How does the Beacon raise the money you need to do nonprofit journalism?
Yeah, so Documenters work is largely funded through Kaufman Foundation and Help Forward Foundation. A lot of it is funded through various foundations, and then we also have a membership program and donations that people give us. So yeah, like all nonprofits, it's always a challenge, especially now with how the landscape is around philanthropy. But yeah, we're always looking for ways to diversify our funding streams. But yeah, most of this comes from Kaufman.
I have a question. What about when we make grammar errors when typing? Are you gonna publish that with our name underneath, or you gonna leave it? Yeah, so.
First line defense for copy editing and fact checking. We have another freelance copy editor who will do all the grammar cleanup as well.
Because it's really good that we can do either choose one language or another, but that still will have some maybe mistakes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're here to support you on this.
So, hey, Rachel, Crystal, see you again. Someone in the comments asked, what would the website for viewing be again? I was just gonna put it in.
Yeah. So, it'll be kansascity.documenters.org is where the public meeting hub will be. But will also be linked from the beaconnews.org.
That's okay, thank you. Okay.
Yeah. So it'll all be connected.
How many documenters do you have at one event? Is there just one documenter or are there several? How does it go?
Yeah, so we can be really flexible on that. If it's a public meeting that may be contentious and we have a new documenter that hasn't covered a meeting before, we may have two people cover it to make sure that they feel supported in this. Other cities have done kind of separate audio recording assignments where someone's job is only to take audio recording, and then someone's job is to notes. Other cities have done like social media, like live tweeting, live reporting assignments as well. And so it can be one person, it can be two people, 3 people. It really depends on the meeting and the needs of the meeting and who's covering it.
Two questions.
Yes.
The first one is there an age
Yeah, so it's 16 and over.
Okay, so there are high school students, those that could do this as
Yes.
well?
Yes.
Okay, and is there an electronic version of this that I can share? Just email you or email the hello.
I
the beacon?
can take your email or an email to you or an email to me. Yeah.
It's also in the livable neighborhoods.
If I try to copy it from there and put it in my own bulletin, it looks weird. So I try to get the original PDF or JPEG if I can.
Final questions.
Yeah.
Where are you located? I mean, general area, or are you on this side of the state line, or?
So
is there-
we actually don't have a physical newsroom space. We're all remote. I live in Argentine, so I'm over here. But I will add, we also have a bunch of laptops and tablets that we have that we received as part of a grant. And so for those that don't have access to a tablet or a laptop, we'll have those as available on a checkout basis that want to be documenters.
Thank you.
Can we get Rachel a question?
So, how long is the training and how dedicated does that person have to be, you know? Is it just, you know, they be able to pick and choose, or do they have to be pretty dedicated?
Yeah, so the training is just a 2-hour orientation training. We'll feed you, and first hour is around the beacon documentary, how the overall program works. And then the last hour is the actual, like, what does the note taking look like? What is the system like? And then once you do that, you are eligible to be a documenter, and there's no commitment as far as like, I have to do 5 meetings a week or something like that. It's really like, hey, this seems interesting and I have some time. I'll sign up for this.
Okay.
You say you don't have a physical space, but you do have a mailbox someplace, don't you?
Yeah.
I mean, in an actual USPS mailbox, because I've been reading the Beacon for quite a while now, and I see that at the bottom.
Yeah, it's a mailbox we used to have an office at Park 39 in Midtown KCMO. It's like a co-working space. And so we have a mailbox there. That's our like official IRS address, I guess. Yeah.
So I'm not familiar with Beacon, so this is nonpartisan.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you, Rachel. All righty, that was our 202 presentation. So we'll move into department and organization updates. When I call your department, if you would come to the front, if you're here in person, or unmute yourself. If you're not in person with us, introduce yourself and keep your update to about 3 minutes would be fantabulous. And first up, we have yes. Oh, I'm sorry.
Good morning, friends. It's Marco Johnson with Kansas City, Kansas Public Schools. Good to see you all. We are slowly creeping into holiday mode, so we don't have a lot going on. But I do want to say thank you to everyone that participated in our health fair yesterday at J.C. Harmon. From what I'm hearing, we had a great turnout. I got there a little early. It started at 2. I got there around 3 o'clock, and we had some folks trickling in. The vast majority, or the goal, was to get a lot of our kids immunized, and we've got quite a few that haven't gotten those shots. So this was the ultimate goal, but we also had a lot of community resources there. And again, we want to thank you for those who came out and participated. You guys are the best.
Thanks, Marco. We have the mayor's office up next.
Good morning, Irene Gaudiu with Mayor Garner's office. I do apologize for not attending in person, but there is a lot of activity for all of you. Well aware these are the remaining days of the mayor and his administration. So there is a lot of activity. The first one will be actually November 7th. We are the early kickoff of the Christmas season. The mayor's Christmas tree lighting ceremony is on Friday, November 7th between 4 p.m. and 7 p.m. with the tree lighting at 7 p.m. We have people like Chris Stewart, Stranded in the City, and our guest our Grand Marshal, I should say, is Anthony Hill, who, for those of you not aware, he's an actor that grew up in KCK and Johnson County and is now an actor on Grey's Anatomy. And he will actually be joined by the two officers' families that we lost earlier this year. So it is our last. We hope it's our biggest and best, but what I'll try to do is to put a flyer in the, but I know that Crystal is going to help me get that in the Livable Neighborhoods information as well. But it is coming up pretty quick, and we will be the first throughout the metro to celebrate, to at least start off Christmas holiday. Tuesday, December 2nd is the mayor's last official state of the government. It will be from 11:30 to 1 p.m. hosted by the Kansas City, Kansas Rotary. We have tickets online, but for those that do not want to participate in the luncheon, in other words, want to be there in person, the link also has an option for you to have an auditorium seat without having to pay for the luncheon. So I will add that as well. So you are more than welcome if you would like to hear him live. The last I would say, and I think Crystal might also talk about this, December 4th at 6 p.m., we will open up the lobby prior to the last commission meeting of the mayor and some of the commissioners to allow community to come in and just say a farewell and best wishes to those that will be leaving. And I will say that very quickly, December 12th, the mayor will be joining you for your luncheon with a special thank you and presentation to Livable Neighborhoods and all that participate. Thank you.
Thank you, Irene. We're gonna go a little bit out of order. We're gonna have strategic communications go next. Oh, sorry. Okay, sorry. And I have a meeting at 10 that I'm gonna have to be en route for another meeting at 11. So I apologize that I'm moving. Hey, that's a cut. Okay, I will go quick. Few things and just want to say hi to everyone. And you all have been amazing all year. And so I know this is our last one, but you all have been amazing. I provided the snacks. I forgot water, so sorry. Sorry. I was trying to be healthy. I wanted to do donuts so bad. You know, I'm like, gotta do better. I have to do better. So yes. So first we have from Area Agency on Aging. Just wanted to, I know Aaliyah talked about the one, the impact series for December, but there is one going on today from 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock, and it's going to focus on, I believe, DA Dupree will be there, Sheriff Soptic will be there, as well as, is it Major Wallace?
It's gonna be Chief Oakman.
Chief Oakman, okay, will be there, and that's going to be held at the Area Agency on Aging location, just literally a couple blocks away at 12 o'clock. So if you all are free, please join them today. And then the Meals on Wheels fundraiser was already discussed, and that's December 11th. So the Wyandotte County Election Office, Jordan, raise your hand. All right, that's Ms. Jordan, if you have any questions after I speak. So mail ballots started to go out last week. So anyone with mail ballots can turn them in either by mail or one of the 4 drop boxes or in person early at the election, the different polling places. Early voting begins this Saturday for all locations open. Will open from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And all of this information we will also share on the UG's website as well as social media. So I'm talking fast, but all of this will be sent out to you as well. Let's see here. Election day is November 4th, as we all know, and polls will be open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And if you need help finding your polling location or also getting a draft, kind of a sample ballot, all of that is also on our website. You can just pull in your information and it'll pull all of your information up as well. Or if you need to contact the election office, Jordan, raise your hand again. She's amazing at kind of assisting if you have any questions directly for your location. Our buildings and logistics, or Public Works, sorry. Public Works in collaboration with BPU will be holding a cleanup today at 4:15 p.m. if you're free to join them at 5th in Washington to help kind of beautify and clean up our community if you're in the area. Then also, if you can't make it today, there is another one on tomorrow that's going to be hosted from our buildings and logistics crew, kind of our beautification crew.
And this is the last of our UG employees and community cleanup. So we've done 4 this year. And this one will take place from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And it's going to be on K32 and 635, kind of where the 57th Street Bridge. That's the one where I believe we collected about 9 tires. It was like 40 bags of that's the dumping site for some reason. It's just, and it's back full. So if you are free tomorrow, we would love your help. It will be, a lot of UG staff will be there, but if you are free, we'd love to have you to help with keeping that area clean. And there will be other cleanup spots that will keep you up to date on as well. Also, don't forget to stay connected with us. I know this is our last physical meeting, but please stay connected with us through our .news. I am doing the best I can with that. We will go back to every Tuesday, but right now we're doing twice a month. So that's why it is extremely long, because there's a lot of good stuff going on. But we want to definitely make sure you all stay connected with us. If you aren't subscribed, please, there's a blue subscribe button on our website. Please subscribe, and we'll make sure that you get all the info that I'm talking about, plus a lot of the other information from departments and community organizations, as well as stay connected with on our social media accounts as well. I don't know if you all saw that we have a new Bonner Springs pilot location for tag renewals. And it has been, on 2 days, has been amazing. The very first day, they're only open on Mondays and Thursdays, and we partnered with the city of Bonner Springs. It's at the Bonner Springs City Hall, kind of in the basement, but it's 2 of the processors that are at our downtown location. They just go out to that location. They're there from 8 o'clock a.m. to 4:30 p.m. on Mondays and Thursdays. The very first day they opened, they service 65 people. That basically would be in the super long line at the annex or at the courthouse. And a lot of these services, people could do them online, but for some reason, they just love that interaction. And so we serviced 65 the first day. And on Monday, we serviced 145.
Oh.
Yes. So although it's a pilot program, this is helping us to get some really great stats. So this may be something that you see permanent. I'm just speaking it out there. Don't hold me to it, but we're just trying to kind of gather some things. But just imagine if these people would have to be standing in the line outside versus getting in, getting out. It's a walk-in service. A news article that I created is on the website, so I'd love for you to check that out or send that to different people as well. Also, if you have any business at the annex location tomorrow off of 82nd and State, starting tomorrow through next Monday, we will have concrete parking lot repairs. So that bottom lot will be closed because there is a lot, it needs to be repaired. So I saw someone do this, it does need to be repaired. So there will just be the open lot up at the upper part will be open, but there will be ADA accessible ramps created just for this short time. But everything will be back open on Monday. And there is also a news article on our website for that. And then one last thing, I don't know if you all know that October is the month of Walktober. We have been focusing on wellness and walking, and our Parks Department has done an amazing job every Friday hosting walking sites at the different parks, as well as opening up new walking trails. So the first one was at Pearson Park. On October 10th was Wyandotte County Park. Last week was Clopper Field, and tomorrow, if you're free from 11 to 1, bring your sneakers, your water bottles. We'll be at Clam Park from 11 to 1, and it's gonna be a ribbon cutting for some different trails that open up. So if you're free, we would love to have you. And then also what Ms. Irene mentioned about the mayor's state of the government, as well as the inauguration is also, if you can put that on your calendar for December the 15th for our incoming mayor and our incoming commissioners. That will be December 5th at 5 o'clock at Memorial Hall. So all of those details are also on our website. But all of these events will also be live streamed for free. If you can't check it out on the UG website, all of those are available as well. And I think that is all. Man, am I missing anything? December 15th. December 15th is the inauguration. But December the 4th is the farewell reception for the mayor, outgoing mayor and outgoing commissioners at 5 o'clock at City Hall. And it's before one of our commission meetings. So December 4th from 6 to 7 is the reception. So we'll have, if you want to go and say hi, just take some pictures, whatever you need to do. But then also December 7th, Irene mentioned was November 7th is the mayor's tree lighting. She forgot to mention, do we have any singers in the room? Shower singers.
Oh, singers.
Singers. Shower singers, car singers. So the mayor is doing a citywide choir. So if you know, even if your kids, anyone, if you know someone that's really, they love to sing Christmas carols, they're doing, and all of this information is on the UG website as well, under the link for the Mayor's Christmas tree lighting. They're having, kind of pulling a full all-city choir together. So they would love to have as many voices as possible to sing on the main stage right before the lights get flipped. But there is a little registration form. They want to just see who they have. And I think they're going to have 2 to 3 practices beforehand. So if you're free or know of someone, all of that information is on our site. And so since this is their last one, they want to kind of go out with a bang. So I think that is all that I have. Anyone?
The school district orchestra will be there.
Yes, it's some really good acts this year. I will say it's some really, we have the formal press release and everything going out Monday. But I know they've been adding some additional acts, so you will definitely want to be there. And so we are the first out of all the other areas to kick it off. So seems a little early, but I'm glad we're kicking it off. So with the whip. So yes. Any other questions, comments for me or feedback? Yes, ma'am.
I'm just gonna add with election info, there are flyers available on the side with all the dates, times, everything for the upcoming election.
And can you send me those phone copies?
Yes.
Okay. That is all that I have. I apologize. I have to run, but you all have been amazing and I will see you in December for the election as well. So thank you all so much.
Next up, we have the DA's office.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I will try to be brief as well. Our latest DA data is over by the snacks provided by Crystal. But one thing I would like to, if you get a chance to grab one of the little forms there, is draw your attention to some of the charges that we've done over the past month, but in particular, identity theft. We've charged 10 identity theft cases over the past month, and it's always been a problem, but it's becoming an increasing problem now. So thanks to Gwen with the Wyandotte Leavenworth area agency on the with the aging, as Crystal said, we'll be presenting today. Our consumer investigator, Mr. Willie Jenkins, will be giving a presentation on elderly identity theft. And if you have an opportunity, we'd love for you to come get our PowerPoint presentation on the tips that you can have to protect yourself, your friends, and even your loved ones. I mean, it doesn't matter how old they are, but they just, in particular, go after the elderly. That's just the way it just has always shaken out, because they're often home alone. They don't have the buffer, between themselves and the scammer. They don't have another family member to say, hey, get off this phone or whatever. So we'll be providing tips to protect yourselves. And again, if you're available, we'll be there at noon today. And in addition to that, if you can't make that, we can come to your neighborhood group meeting and do the exact same presentation. So don't think that if I can't make this, I'm just not going to get it. We'll come to wherever you want us. We'll go to McDonald's parking lot and meet you there, if you want the info. So you can reach out to me directly. My direct line, my name's Jonathan Carter, by the way. My direct line is 573-2849. 573-2849, of course, 913 area code. And my email is jcarter@wycokck.org. So JCARTER@wycokck.org. Please feel free to reach out to me. In addition to this identity theft thing we're doing, we're also available to come give office updates. We'd love to do it. Just reach out to me. We'll be right there. I know a lot of the faces here. We've been to your neighborhood group meetings. We'll be happy to come back. So that's all I have, unless anyone has a question. All right, no questions. And I know this is our last one for the year, so I will wish you a happy Halloween, happy Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year. All right, guys. Oh, did you have something, sir? No, okay, all right, take care, guys.
Got to go, but I just want to to have everyone to be mindful. I don't know if I know you all are all on social media, but please, please, please be careful of everything that's kind of on there. Fact check a lot of the things that you see on social media. there's a lot of things that are not true and not necessarily not true, but just that people put out there. So please be mindful. Just in the election season, holiday season, there's just a lot of things to just, I want you all to please be mindful. Now that I've been having to look at social media every day, it is so scary. Some of the stuff that just keeps getting shared and passed around and commented. Don't waste your energy on some of the stuff that's out there. Just please, that's all. I feel like I was led to say it. I don't know why, but it's stuff out there. Like, okay, you all have a happy holiday. We have White Coat Sheriff up next.
Online or in person? Going once? No, twice or thrice? KCKPD.
Good morning. Good morning. I have a few things to put out, but I want to piggyback off what you said with the identity theft because it's not just the elderly. I had an individual call me last year, highly educated, and law enforcement will never call you and tell you you have a warrant. Give me your credit card information over the phone. He fell for that, got taken for $5,000. So please, if you get those phone calls, because I've heard of those, law enforcement will never call you and say you can resolve your warrant over the phone. You have to go to the courts for that. That is not something we will do. But on other more fun notes, our trunk or treat is tomorrow. Our cops trunk or treat. It is down the street here at the old Indian Springs. It is from 6 to 8. It is drive-through. So rain or shine, we are going to do it. We started this during COVID. When kids and social distancing, they were canceling trick or treats. We still continue it because the parents really do love the drive-through part because you got a lot of kids, a lot of small ones, and they're all going different directions. You can't keep tabs on them. When you're in the car, you sure can. And they dress up and they have a great time. We usually see about 300 to 500 kids. So please come and join us. If you want to donate to it, you're more than welcome. If you want to be a part of it, contact us. We have our Cops Christmas stuff that's getting ready to kick off as well. Those we take donations for people in Kansas Bay who are in need. People nominate families. You send that to the email with the nomination to us. If you need more information, just contact me. We get schools nominating kids. Last year we adopted 203 kids. We had 350 nominated. All of the adopting of the kids, we raise the money ourselves. It's not provided by the UG. It's not provided by the police department. Our unit raises that money. So if you want to help by volunteering and helping us wrap all the gifts, great, let me know. We always need help in that. If you know someone who wants to donate to assist so we can adopt as many kids as possible, please let us know. We have our Cops auction, which is one of the ways we raise money. That is going to be, the flyer is going to be coming out really soon. My captain was working on that today. That auction is actually going to kick off the 14th of November, and it will close on the 21st of November, kind of like an eBay style type auction. A lot of items on there, a lot of good items like tablets and stuff. So if you're shopping for Christmas, please take a look at our auction first, because the 100% of that, other than the fees we have to pay for the auction site, 100% goes to the Cops Christmas, to donating to give the kids the Christmas. So Saturday, T-Mobile is doing a first responder event. We will have officers out there from 9 to 11 in the regions. So if you want to see some of our officers, come out and say hi. I know that Whataburger's on a jalapeno eating contest for responder event. This girl will not be because of the firefighters are already like, oh, that sounds good. And yeah, you guys do the fires, not me. But I don't, when that comes up, we'll let you know. And then also we have Quindare Elementary, who is starting the Battle of the Badges with the canned food drive, the L3 canned food drive that will feed their students during the holidays when they're on holiday breaks. So all of those events are coming up, and if you guys can help with any of those, we greatly appreciate it.
Yeah. What date is scheduled for the wrapping on Christmas?
The wrapping, I'm glad I brought that with me because we have so many dates going through my head. The actual wrapping will be December 9th. Right now, we have already started taking applications. We do interview all the families to ensure that, one, they're in need, and two, they're in our community, because there's other events for other communities. Our community is just in need as well. And so all those interviews we will have done by November 26th. And I think we stopped taking the applications on the 21st of November because we get it really a push to get them to, the families get to shop for their own children. But we take the gifts. You guys know your kids. I don't know your kids. So I wouldn't do a good job picking a toy for your child. So we take all the gifts back and then we have the volunteers help us wrap it and do a party for them.
What time is on December 9th for?
Oh,
wrap?
it starts at 8 a.m. at the FOP hall.
For the wrapping?
Mhm.
Okay.
Your Cops for Christmas, are you partnering with the PAL program or?
They're separate. They're all separate. They're separate programs. They mainly focus on the children that come to the PAL. They get to know those families. Ours is, we have DCF sending us families. We have the schools sending us families. We have people within the community that send us families. So not everybody is engaged with the PAL. So this opens it up to our whole city. So it's two separate programs.
Where did you say the Christmas wrapping was?
It's at the FOP hall off of the 77th roughly in Leavenworth Road, 79th and Leavenworth Road.
Okay.
Are you gonna have those dates posted?
Yeah. I will make sure that we get that posted out. And if anyone has questions and need my contact, just contact me. With me.
Did you say for the Queen Girl Elementary School? For the canned goods, you just drop them off at the elementary school?
You can bring them to us here. I know the fire's gonna be involved with it and I know the school police gonna be involved with it also. So you can either bring them to us here or one of our stations, or you can take it to one of the fire stations or one of the schools.
Okay.
And then we take it all up to her, the day that she decides it ends, Ms. Kovac who starts all that. Yes, ma'am.
Any canned goods in particular?
I think it's, the canned tuna and chicken. I'll have to look at the flyer and we'll get that information out to you. I just got notified yesterday, so we'll get all that information out to you guys in your community groups and, I will have, it put on the livable neighborhood so that, anyone that isn't with the community groups are able to see that information as well. Get that to you.
What dates did you say for the auctions?
The auction dates are going to be the 14th of November to the 21st of November. And then pickup will be that weekend. So it's before Black Friday. Is that it? Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
We have Kansas City, Kansas Fire.
Good morning. I'm Kelly Littlefield from the fire department. So, it is open burning season. You have to have a permit to burn yard waste. Even if there's people that think they can just burn in a barrel without a permit. That's not true. You need a permit. If you're gonna burn in your fire pit that you bought at Lowe's with the screen cover, you can burn only wood in that. You can't burn trash. You can't burn things that are not supposed to be burned. Burn season lasts from October 16th to November 15th. You can go online to the fire department website, kckfd.org, and apply for a burn permit. You have to apply for a permit 24 hours in advance of the date that you want to burn. You only get one permit during a burn season. And it's for 3 consecutive days. You don't get one for today's the 23rd. So you wouldn't get one for the 24th, the 28th, and November 1st. They're 3 consecutive days. So you need to check the calendar and the weather and look at the extended forecast before you get a burn permit. And like I said, you only get one during a burn season. So check carefully. The pile of stuff you're going to burn cannot be larger than 10 feet by 10 feet. It's 100 square feet, and it needs to be 15 feet away from any structure, property line, and utility pole. So we don't have it flare up and burn utility wires. Also, if you're going to burn, have a water source available. Generally, this is a garden hose with a nozzle on the end, and the hose is on. We've had people say, well, I have a hose right here, and they didn't turn it on at the house because they didn't want to turn the water on. But when they needed it, they had to run back. Well, fire doubles in size every second. So we need to be aware that we need water. If it's too windy, there'll be notifications on the fire department website about is burning open or closed or canceled because of weather. Generally, the fire marshal posts that at 7 a.m. sharp, and he'll post the extended forecast so people realize, it's supposed to rain Friday. I don't want to get a burn permit for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. if we do have unexpected rain and your burn permit gets rained out, arrangements can be made to get you another permit. So this isn't completely set in concrete. Additionally, the safety tip of the month is space heater safety. It's starting to get chilly, be chilly in the morning. We have had a structure fire already that was caused probably by a space heater. Space heaters need space. Make sure if you're using a space heater, you don't sleep with it on. You know, warm up the room and turn it off when you get in the bed with the pile of blankets or whatever. But space heaters need space. They need to be 3 feet away from anything that's combustible. That would be anything that's fabric, anything that's synthetic like furniture, any kinds of like piles of newspapers or magazines, really 3 feet away from anything. I put in the chat some information on space heater safety, Halloween safety tips. And then if you look on Air Quality's website, there is the city information on open burning, if anybody has questions about that. But we just want to make sure that it's yard waste only. If we see a huge column of dark black smoke going up in the sky, someone will call 911 and tell us, and we will send a fire truck out. And if you're burning things you're not supposed to be burning, you can be cited, and it's a municipal court summons. So we don't want people burning tires and paint and old mail and that kind of stuff. The plastic stuff is what burns hot and dark. So we want to be very careful of that. Thank you all and have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Kelly. Are there any questions about open burn permitting or space heaters before Kelly goes bye-bye? Okay, yay. Thank you so much. NRC. The NRC is up next.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Greg Talkin, Neighborhood Resource Center Director. Just a couple things. Did anybody ever think that fall wasn't going to get here for a while? With fall coming around, instead of telling you what a code violation is, I'm going to tell you two things that we start getting this time of year that they're not a violation for us. One is leaves. A lot of people call and complain about the leaves blowing on their property from their neighbor, or the neighbor has a lot of leaves. And there's this number with that too, is we get a lot of people, or a lot of calls from people to say they're worried about that being a fire hazard, especially, and they're specifically talking about leaves underneath cars when people are letting them warm up. If the car doesn't have a muffler system, I think that could be a concern, but generally that's not a concern. The second item, which hopefully we're a little bit of ways away from, is snow not being shoveled in driveways and sidewalks. That's also not a violation. But it would be people's best interest to get those clean for safety reasons and to avoid any possible other, somebody getting hurt. The last item I just wanted to mention is that for the number of years that I've worked in this capacity, there's one thing that I would like to note for everybody to think about. And that's, if you see something that's going on in your neighborhood, make sure you report it. And that's even a code violation. Because I talk to a lot of people that are very frustrated about an issue that's going on in the neighborhood, whether it be a code violation, whatever. And then you ask them, well, have you turned this in the past? You say, no, I would have figured you know what's going on. Don't ever take for granted we know and have a case going on. Always report it from the get-go, unless you're able to help the neighbor. It's a neighbor and you want to help, and that's great. But if it's something that's just bothering the heck out of you, don't let it fester. Get it turned in, because a lot of these things take time to address. So turn it in earlier, so it can be addressed sooner than later, and people kind of reduces frustration in the neighborhood. So that's all I have. Thank you.
What about people parking on sidewalks? It's probably not a code violation. But...
Well, actually, it's a violation. PD can help with that. If they're parked partially on the sidewalk in the grass, we can help with that. That is a violation. Yes, you can't park on the public sidewalks.
Call the non-emergency line for dispatch, because that is a city ordinance violation.
Good, thank you.
Anyone else?
So when you said the leaves are not a code violation, but when the amount of leaves is stuck in one place, also start collecting debris or trash, trash from whatever, how do we make something happen? How can we report that, not specifically for the leaves, but then it captured flying trash and it looks terrible.
The trash on private property is a violation. So you can turn that in, either turn it in through 311 or use the My Wyco app. Or if you have one of these resource guides over here, it will tell you,
In a business, is the same for 311 for both?
yes, yes.
Okay.
Anyone else? Thank you. Happy holidays. It's hard to believe we're already saying.
And last but not least, we have UG Planning and Urban Design. If there's someone from the department, we do have an update for Vision Zero Action.
Oh, yeah, excuse me. I think Alyssa is usually it, and I think she's out right now. Hi, everyone. I'm Shalane Kubik. I work with the Vision Zero Wyco Vision Zero Action Plan. So the action plan is focused on two things: getting us down to zero fatalities, zero serious injury crashes. The plan started working on the plan, I think, earlier this year. It will run through May of 26. I brought some updates. The team has been looking at a lot of data, and so we do have some staggering crash data available for Wyandotte County. There's also a heat map. So before you leave, this one here, it is tiny, I know. Mina will have a larger update to include in the newsletter this month, but I would encourage you all just to take a look at it. If you share it with your residents, with your communities and everything, because really this is more than just a plan. It's also human action. And so the more that you can do to raise awareness about this, the more we can do to raise awareness about this, gets everyone thinking about it, and it gets us ultimately to zero. Thank you.
Are there any questions for Shalom about Vision Zero Action Plan stuff?
If you happen to come to the mayor's Christmas tree lighting, we will have a table there. So we'll be out for that one. We'll be at the Dia de Muertos event on November 1st. So look for our table. We're also making rounds at community meetings, neighborhood meetings. So if you have a neighborhood or community meeting that you'd like for us to come and give a presentation to, we did Shepherd Center, excuse me. Yeah, we did Shepherd Center. Really great conversation. Really good feedback for this meeting. So if you have one of those and you'd like for us to come and present, please just see me. Yes, ma'am.
Can you tell everyone in this group what the data collected can be used for and how we can make possible changes to the data?
Yeah, great question. So the data collected is basically being used for a couple things. We're looking at high injuries. So we're developing what we call a high injury network, which basically looks at the whole county map. And we can hone in on where those crashes, serious injury issues are happening. Then the next step is taking that data and looking at the complete network and seeing what improvements could potentially be made to decrease those incidents. Part of it is the built environment, but also part of it is human nature.
Yeah.
And so all of those things together get us to zero. You really cannot do one and not have human nature be a part of it. So the data, you should be able to see it. Like I said, if you go out on the webpage, the heat map is out there. You can see a little bit more about the comments that were received from the community. There were over 400 comments put on this map, and it would tell you everything. Like people talked about crosswalk issues. People talked about the lack of sidewalks, talked about intersections where there are blind spots, lighting issues, crash sites where people are just seeing it for cyclists. And this plan is looking at it for everyone. It's not only a driver thing, it is pedestrian, it's bicyclists, it is all users of the roadways.
And also just to add on, Shalom's team also gave 2 updates earlier in the year. So if you guys want to go look at those, they are on the UG's going to go look at those.
Kansas City, Missouri is
Hey, y'all, we're back. I don't know what happened, but thank you.
Yes, you partner with Strong Towns, Chuck?
Say it again.
Do you partner with Strong Towns, Chuck Morrow?
No, I don't know that name, but if you have that contact for me,
That person.
yeah, absolutely. If you have that contact, I will take it. And again, like I said, if you all have neighborhood meetings, if you have community organizations that you're a part of, we want to make sure that everyone is looking for this. For those of you who are really tech savvy, social media campaigns will start dropping here in the next week. So if you're not tuned into the UG's social media and all of that, those things will start dropping. Mina will get updates, and then hopefully sometime in, I would say, late winter, we can come back to this group and give a larger presentation. All right. Thanks, everyone. Thank you.
All right, we do have one more section left. We have additional community announcements. If you're with a community nonprofit or other public agency, or you just have an announcement in the community, if you would come on up, introduce yourself, limit your update to about a minute. If you're online, you can go ahead and drop your update in the chat, and once everybody in person has gone, I will read it off for you.
Good morning, Commissioner Melissa Bynum. One of the standing committee that I chair is Administration and Human Services, which may not be as exciting and fun as Public Works and Safety or Economic Development, but sometimes it's kind of exciting, as in this coming Monday. So I wanted to bring your attention to a number of items coming forward on the Administration and Human Services Standing Committee. Because as she stated, and I have felt this way since long before I got elected, we need to do a better job of telling people that is where the work is done. That is where the conversations are held and the community input is taken. So we always have public comment time on our agenda items at those standing committee meetings. On Monday, this one sounds boring and is not. An ordinance repealing or suspending enforcement of certain sections of the Unified Government Code of Ordinances to ensure the Unified Government's full compliance with new and existing federal grant requirements. Sounds kind of like a yawner. It's not. We're going to be looking at modifying our current older adult rebate programs, because at the state level, there are two programs that will freeze, if you will, your property tax valuation for older adults. And one of them has a higher income threshold than the one we're using. So we're going to be looking at modifying that program, which we just changed 2 years ago, to increase the annual income limit for those older adults that qualify for those programs so that more can qualify. I think generally that's a good thing. Amending the Unified Government Human Resources Guide to change the residency requirement for all Unified Government employees from residency in the county to residency within 30 miles of the municipal office building, and secondarily amending to change the time to establish residency, no matter what we decide residency is, from a 12-month period to a 24-month period. So I want you to be aware that these items are coming up Monday night on the standing committee that I chair. And with this last one, it's our job to make the very best possible decision we can make about these issues. I personally struggle because I can really see both sides of that residency issue. But I want you to be aware that these items are coming Monday night for discussion and potentially a vote. Thank you.
And like with Shepherd Center, we're doing our annual lunch sale. Some of you've already heard them. You can either give these to me, you can give them to Melissa Bynum, or you can mail them in to Shepherd Center.
Thank you.
Address is on the.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Paul Marks with the American Red Cross, and on October 11th, we had our Sound the Alarm event, primarily in the Welborn neighborhood area. And here we have the figures from that event. We reached 183 people, giving them fire safety education. Of those, we had 72 households that requested smoke detectors, and we installed 135 smoke detectors. We consider this to be a good success, really good success. And we like to also thank the fire department for their help. We did in conjunction with the fire department. And just thank you all. And, we're part of your community. And thank you for the volunteers from the community who also help. So that's all. Oh, happy holidays.
And I'm Gwen Jones with the Area Agency on Aging. My cohorts, what is her name? Aaliyah. Mentioned our senior impact.
Not old enough to have a senior.
Oh, yeah.
So every month we have different organizations come out to our agency. They talk about their different program services. If your agency would like to attend and be a presenter at our Senior Impact Series, just give me a call. We'll schedule that. We're going to have a meeting every month for the rest of this year and then 2026 as well. So give me a call. That's all I have. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Hi, my name is Nancy McNeely and I'm with Workforce Partnership. I know you all remember me from around. Just wanted to let you know that we're still there and we have jobs. Our site is kansasworks.com. Please utilize that service. We have offices in Johnson, Wyandotte, and Leavenworth counties. We want you to know word has been that we don't have any money. So stop sending people to work for us. But we want you to know we do have money. So send people to work for us. We also have some grants that we're working with to work with dislocated workers. I know lots of people have been affected by everything that's going on. So if you know of anyone who worked in Kansas or lives in Kansas, that has been affected by that, we have dislocated worker funds. We also work with different employers that are looking to that need some help getting their jobs out there. And so we do what we call mini job fairs in the office. So they can schedule with us to do job fairs. So we try to have a different employer there every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of the week. But we have a board that you can always take a picture of, or you can go into our site at kansasworks.com and see which employers are coming into the different offices. Today, if you know anyone that, I know we were talking the older workers, we have an older worker program that works with individuals that are 55 and up, helping them with job searches, helping them with resumes and different things like that. So if you're interested or you need that, we are there as a resource. Please give us a call. We also have, I lost my train of thought. That's one of those moments. Let me see if I wrote it down. So Best Choice is a staffing agency that kind of works with people that need help with the elderly, maybe helping to care for them or what have you. Best Choice will be in our office today from 1 to 3 doing open interviews, interviewing and hiring on the spot. So if you know someone that works for, please send them our way. Next week, we have 3 events, the 28th, 29th, and Thursday, which is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. On Tuesday, we will have, check my notes. Kansas City, Missouri Police Department. And I just want to say that we want Kansas City, Kansas Police Department. I don't know why we haven't had them, but we have been going the wrong route. We were dealing with unified government and we thought that's where we get the police department, but we found out Saturday that we were wrong all this time. So we're gonna fix that. But Kansas City, Missouri Police Department will be there. They do not have a residency restriction. They have positions for human resources, for dispatchers, for 911. So lots of different computer technicians. So lots of different positions. If you have anybody needs a job, they'll be there on Tuesday next week from 9 to 12. On Wednesday next week, we have an organization called Early Learners. They're a daycare center here in Wyandotte County. They're in the Boys and Girls Club on 13th Street in Parallel. They have a great need for childcare workers to assist with the children in the daycare. They will be in our office doing interviews on Wednesday from 10 to 12. And lastly, the United States Postal Service will be in our office on Thursday, the 30th, from 11 to 2, looking for carriers. So we always have something new every week. Check kansasworks.com. If you have somebody looking for work, send them our way. Let's see what we can do to help them. Again, we tell people all the time, we're not a placement agency, so we don't send people and say, okay, Mina's going to give you a job today, or you can go here. But we refer you to places that may fit what you need, or if you need resume assistance or mock interviews or interview tips, or just need to get on the computer or need to file your unemployment and use the computers. We try to assist with that. We are not unemployment. People think we are. We are not unemployment, but we'll do everything we can to help you to get through that process. So if you have any questions, I'm here and I'm done. I know I was over my 3 minutes.
Any other in person? We have one update online from Lauren. Turner School District is having their Turner High School Career Fair on Wednesday, March 11th, 2026. We saved the date because that's so fun. If you are a KCK business interested in participating and sharing information with students, you can contact Lauren at AIELLO@turnerusd202.org. And that is the only answer I want. So with that, thanks for sharing this morning with me. It's been great. If you didn't sign in on your way in, sign in on your way out. I'll use these lists that I've been collecting to send an update in January to remind you all that we'll meet again in January. And take some snacks. Okay. I'll see you guys in January. Oh. It's 11:30. This is 21st. If their neighborhood getting trained. There's no. Like that. Opening that.